Happy Wednesday, everyone, and welcome to the Raymond Corporation's LinkedIn Live series. I'm Damon Hosmer, Product Marketing Manager for Energy Storage Solutions here at Raymond. In each of our episodes here on our LinkedIn Live series, we feature special guests from the Raymond Corporation to discuss how intralogistic solutions can really help you maintain efficient and productive operations. Our series is interactive, so if anything piques your interest today, or if you have questions about what we're discussing, please enter them directly in the comment box at any point in time so we can help answer those for you. Also, you can find any of our previous episodes of the series for the Raymond Corporation's YouTube channel as well. So today we're going to be discussing a little bit about how today's material handling providers are experiencing huge demand from customers looking for energy efficient ways to optimize operations while positively impacting their bottom line. Today's episode is really going to focus upon Raymond's energy storage offerings and how Raymond is driving material handling into the future by providing sustainable energy solutions that keep your operations moving forward. We've got a lot of great things to discuss today, so I'd like to welcome my guest and friend and colleague, Blake Dickinson, Applications Engineering Manager for Raymond. Welcome, Blake.
Hi, Damon. Great to be here. I'm looking forward to our conversation today on how our power study tools can help operations identify inefficiencies in their material handling fleet and how our energy solutions products can lead to increased productivity and performance across their operations.
Agreed. I think it's going to be a great conversation, and I hope everybody watching leaves with insights on how energy solutions is instrumental in keeping their business moving forward. Really, before we get too much farther, though, I think we should explain just a bit more about the energy products and services that Raymond currently offers. We're unique in the sense that as a total intralogistics solutions provider, Raymond and our network of solution and support centers are really uniquely positioned to not only optimize applications' energy requirements, but also serve as those single point solution partners with the necessary knowledge and capabilities to provide offerings across all of the different material handling needs. One of the neat things about us is I think we bring data, not bias. A lot of people may not necessarily know, but Raymond truly prides itself on being the only forklift OEM that operates a truly independent battery test laboratory, helping validate life cycle and systems integration across all of our lift truck control architectures. We also offer a full product line, including lithium power systems designed specifically for our Raymond lift trucks, as well as private labeled lead acid and thin plate pure lead technologies to help round out that portfolio and application requirements. Blake and his team have a really unique capability from a power studies perspective and alternative fuel source consulting to determine the best solutions for each application requirements. Our charging portfolio is robust as well, ranging from 5 to 30 kilowatts and offering a chemistry agnostic platform supporting both manual and automated equipment within each of your operations. We've got a unique captive leasing and finance arm of the business as well, offering optional comprehensive fixed energy pricing and equipment maintenance contracts, as well as industry leading residual positions independent of the chassis itself. From an integrated telematics perspective, reporting on energy usage along with energy consulting services really helps our customers kind of look at that end-of-life management as well. So assistance with recycling, disposal, or secondary life allocations as well. We're committed to working towards a circular product economy with all of the Raymond Energy products. And then lastly, the full Raymond Energy Solutions portfolio really offers and supports optimization, automation, as well as connectivity for the full Raymond ecosystem. So everything from our courier products to the iWarehouse functionality, each one of those business segments really kind of takes data and liberates a number of different opportunities for us.
Yeah, I really like that point you made about Raymond being a total solutions provider and how that highlights our offerings for every stage of an operation's energy needs from beginning to end. I think sometimes people can be overwhelmed or confused on where to start with when looking to optimize their facility, especially when they think about energy solutions. In addition to the offerings you mentioned above, I think a great place for people to start when thinking about optimizing their energy solutions is a power study. A power study ensures we fully understand the unique power requirements each and every application. For example, the slide that's shown now shows a wide range of duty cycles or equivalent battery usages for our reach truck line. Equivalent battery usage is defined as 80% of the nominal battery capacity for a truck model. So for a 1,000 amp hour battery, an application that uses 1,200 amp hours a day is 1.5 EBUs or 1.5 batteries. As you can see in the slide, the same reach truck can use the equivalent of a half a battery today in a retail application to 2 EBUs for our typical warehouse operation, or over 3 EBUs for some high-lift freezer and grocery applications. Additionally, we have seen customers with similar run times per day use drastically different energy rates due to the differences in pallet weights, lift heights, and ambient temperatures in their operations. Through the power study process, we get an in-depth understanding of the energy being used by each prospective piece of equipment and the available downtime to recharge the battery. As this next graphic shows, the power study process is very simple. It only takes a few minutes to install the meter, and then it automatically uploads the data nightly to our cloud service. Once the power study is completed on all the candidate trucks, typically we like to see about 2 weeks, we can then analyze the data and run the battery charger simulations to find the right size power solution for each truck and application within that facility. This can be done interactively with the customer to build in appropriate factors of safety for their peak seasons. What if the operators miss breaks, or if the facilities has plans for expansion, or maybe just expanding from 2 to 3 shifts. We need to take all that into account. This collaborative approach allows both parties to agree on the best solutions, taking into account trade-offs in system costs, performance, and the required charge time, for example. Well, Damon, it looks like we got an audience question coming in. The question is, how can older fleets be optimized for greater efficiency with energy solutions? That's a great one. Some of the easy ones, as I think about that, are eliminating battery changing and switching to opportunity charging, or maybe employing a higher performing or maintenance-free battery technology such as TPPL or lithium. Eliminating battery changing will improve fleet uptime due to eliminating lost productivity of the battery changing process and increased safety due to less cross-plant traffic. Additionally, the operators will see increased truck performance and lift speeds due to the higher sustained voltages and better regen acceptance of these newer battery technologies. Furthermore, the elimination of battery watering and extended weekly equalizations with these new technologies can dramatically simplify a customer's operation so they can focus on productive and value-added tasks with their team members and material handling equipment.
Appreciate you taking that question, Blake. And I think that leads us nicely to another good question about really the future of energy and materials handling. Can you tell me a little bit about some of the industry trends that you're currently seeing? How has there been a shift more towards customers looking for true energy savings beyond the truck?
Well, I think there's two big trends occurring in the material handling market around new technologies for trucks. The first one is autonomous solutions. Power is mission critical in autonomous applications where human interactions need to be limited due to labor shortages and higher priority tasks. Uptime is related to charge time with autonomous vehicles, so taking them offline to charge is very counterproductive. So we need to either find a way to charge the vehicle in process, like when it's temporarily stationary for loading and unloading, or we need to charge very fast to minimize that downtime. Raymond is currently developing and evaluating both technologies for autonomous vehicles. The second one is maybe a little more conventional, but it still has a lot of value, and there's a lot of customers that can take advantage of that, and that's converting your IC fleet to electric. There are three big factors driving this move to electric trucks. Number one is today electric trucks have very similar or better performance than IC trucks today. Two, electric trucks provide a better environment for drivers due to the zero emissions, significant lower noise and vibration compared to IC trucks. It's just a better environment. In fact, one of the first IC to electric conversions I ever did, one of the drivers came up to us after that and really thanked us and said he really enjoyed the electric trucks and it improved his health and just sleeping better. He had less headaches due to having that cleaner environment of electric trucks. And finally, electric trucks, as shown in this graphic, save over 40% in maintenance costs, up to 80% in fuel cost, and can provide 30% longer service life, all adding up to over $1 in savings per operating hour.
That's fantastic. And I think that's a good point that leads into kind of the next discussion thing. Another trend that we're really seeing is the push more and more from our operations to support sustainability initiatives, especially within these larger corporations. And this is becoming more and more important on a day-to-day basis in each of the conversations that we have. So I think it's safe to say that over the next 18 months to 3 years, it's easy to imagine people that will really stop questioning pricing around some of the sustainability products that provide those climate mitigation pledge initiatives and support that they've brought up. And it'll become a non-negotiable when looking at new material handling solutions, no different than safety is today.
Yeah, that's an interesting point and something I'm sure we'll all be keeping an eye on in the future. What are you most excited about in the future of energy solutions?
Blake, there's so much cool technology out there today. So, from my perspective, there's really kind of 3 areas that really get me excited with what Raymond's pursuing from an organizational perspective. Number one, new lithium technologies like solid state and other alternative anode, cathode, and electrolyte materials. Different technologies that will help us become better, environmental stewards and support the prolonged, life of this technology as it grows and grows. Another thing that I'm really excited about is all the new charging technologies out there, right? When we look at dynamic in-process or wireless charging, robotic charging for our autonomous platforms, and different ways to enable that 24/7 productivity while consolidating the size of that battery is really intriguing to us and something that I'm excited to continue pursuing as an organization. And then the last one is really the new demand management technologies that incorporate small capacity energy storage units supporting bidirectional charging in conjunction with other renewable assets. Many operations are also looking for ways to create performance buildings supporting renewable assets to eliminate grid dependency and those high peak rates associated. So I think the advancement of software technologies and integration within the 4 walls of the warehouse from the OEMs like ourselves will be key to sustaining the future.
Great. Yeah, I think that ties in really well with the sustainability point you brought up earlier and highlights the current demands we're seeing for more connected technologies which offer insights that we can lead to more efficient energy practices that help with sustainability efforts.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting point. Blake, could you talk a little bit more about our connected technologies that have emerged and how that truly ties into energy solutions from your perspective?
Yeah, sure. It starts with forklift battery monitoring and maintenance management to vehicle and operator utilization, electronic checklist and impact management to a full suite of professional services. Raymond gives you all the tools and insights you need to run more efficiently, reliably, and profitably. Some of these data-driven optimization offerings that support our energy solution specifically include our iBattery device, which is used with lead-acid battery technology. It records the historical data for warranty management and provide actionable alerts to help maintain performance and extend the life of your lead-acid batteries. Also, we have our PSI, or Power Source Integrated Communication Protocol, we use with our lithium batteries and fuel cells to communicate energy system status to the drivers, allows us to optimize the truck performance as a function of the power system status, and to collect historical data to manage the fleet and maximize the uptime. Both of these energy management systems are included as part of our iWarehouse suite of fleet management tools.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And, shifting gears here, I want to get your thoughts on a topic that we often see come up, which is a lot of customers associate alternative energy solutions with significantly higher costs. Myth or fact?
That's a fact. Alternative energy solutions can be more expensive up front, but what's really important is the total cost of ownership. What are your thoughts on this?
No, I totally agree. A great way for customers to see this is through something like a power study, right? Where we can really quantify those consumption economics, and it can highlight inefficiencies with existing solutions as it stands today, what it's costing, right? Cost is always a consideration that customers are asking of. And then comparing over the long run, right? Implementing newer energy solutions, how could we help them progress and drive continuous improvement to ultimately lower that total cost of ownership? Bear with me, Blake. It looks like we have a quick audience question here we want to just get addressed quickly. So looks like we have, are there any considerations operations should keep in mind when thinking about making the switch from IC to electric lift trucks? So yeah, great question. Again, I think there's kind of three areas that we have to look at. Blake hit on these a few minutes ago, but really lowest cost of ownership in the long term, right? As mentioned earlier, electric forklifts can cost more upfront, but the reality is those IC lift trucks offer, or I apologize, the electric lifts can, truly cost more upfront, but the propane lifts ultimately sacrifice that sustainability piece. And when you look at that lower total cost of ownership by saving money on fuel, maintenance, repairs over the life of the truck, I think that really helps drive that TCO. You also mentioned the improved operator comfort, right? The electric pieces of equipment are significantly better from an operator experience perspective, right? Like you talked about, enhancing comfort, reducing fatigue, eliminates a lot of the vibrations, right? A quieter ride, less heat, and zero emissions ultimately to reduce any of those harmful gases or vapors associated. And then, reduced maintenance and repairs, right? With the fewer moving parts, and there's no spark plugs, there's no required oil changes or tune-ups, right? Electric lift trucks require significantly less maintenance and repair, and ultimately show that same dollar per hour savings that you mentioned earlier. So I think that superior productivity is going to be key, and the energy solutions technology powering those pieces of equipment are going to be extremely important future forward for us.
Great. Thanks for that insightful answer. The one thing I might add is what I've experienced is when customers got IC trucks, they have a tank farm outside, and they go, where am I going to recharge my vehicles? And they go, I don't have space for a battery room. And well, today we have many options not to use battery rooms, right? We have opportunity in fast charging. Chargers can be mounted in the air. They can be mounted between the dock doors. So there's should be no concern of switching from IC to electric. That leads us to our next topic. What kind of challenges can Raymond Energy Solutions help us solve?
So there's a couple different points here for us, Blake, but to recap on what you just mentioned there, right, that valuable real estate by eliminating the battery room is key. And ultimately, pallet position liberation for our customers helps them drive revenue and move more product through each of their warehouses. So when we look at, what are some of the challenges that we get faced with, productivity is certainly number one, right? Productivity challenges in operation as it stands today because of the higher volumes and velocities that e-commerce has driven. How can we look at and diagnose the operation by using Raymond lean management principles to really improve a current process or state and better help achieve, operational goals today and future forward with some of the initiatives that our customers will share with us. Sustainability challenges are another one, right? Product, human value, operation. People are challenging us more and more with electrification efforts across the board. And I think there's many misconceptions that folks have And we can help bring visibility into how perception is not always reality in those scenarios by looking at that total cost of ownership and the full ecosystem associated with it, driven by those performance metrics or KPIs. And the last one really is, unique application challenges. I think, everybody on the call today and stuff can, attest to. There are more and more health and safety and unique situations driving the adoption of, different technologies, lithium specific. We recently had a customer that's a food processor that brought in a new executive chef to support a restaurant contract that they had been contracted for the next few years. And it was very unique in the sense that the new executive chef came in and added a sugar component to the breading mixture. So through that first FDA audit and the efforts that went in place to make that first recipe run successful, unfortunately, the hydrogen off-gassing in the clean room environment from the lead acid batteries being used, plus the sugar in the recipe mixture, created a carbon dust that ultimately resulted in a failed FDA run from the customer's perspective. So the next call we got was from health and safety, asking how can we potentially look at implementing a technology that would be cohesive with the Raymond products currently in place, the telematics integration, and ultimately eliminate any of that off-gassing capability. So that's kind of a unique one that I really enjoy talking about, because I don't think many folks hear those commentaries on a day-to-day basis. But with changing regulation, I think we're going to start seeing some of these unique scenarios continue to drive us forward.
Yeah, that's a great customer case story you gave there, and how we overcame those challenges. I think the challenge you mentioned really highlight one of the key benefits Raymond offers that sets us apart from the competition, which is that as a total intra-logistics solutions provider, Raymond and its network of solutions and support centers is uniquely positioned to not only optimize your team's energy solutions, but also serve as a single solutions partner with the necessary knowledge and capabilities to provide solutions across all your material handling needs. This includes, as you previously mentioned, a full product line of flooded lead acid batteries, TPPL and lithium batteries, and universal and opportunity chargers to match every power needs. In fact, we're just about to launch our first in-house built TPPL battery, as shown in the upper left-hand corner. So we're really starting to integrate our energy solutions into our production. We keep many of our most popular batteries and chargers available for quick shipment, and most of our other energy solution products are available with lead times of 8 to 10 weeks. All of our lithium batteries are UL 2580 listed and certified for peace of mind. We provide energy solutions that are fully integrated with our trucks for safety and peak performance. We have made large investments in our cell and pack testing equipment, resources, and facilities to continue to look for that next breakthrough technology. We provide industry-leading battery capacities for maximum runtimes and up to 500 amps of charging through a single connector for increased uptime. We offer the longest cycle life and warranty in the industry, which is extendable up to 10 years with competitive pricing and low total cost of ownership. We have a technology roadmap that provides automated and sustainable solutions for the future.
That's exactly right. And the broad variety of solutions we're able to offer really sets us apart, Blake, and something that I think we should really be proud of. As I mentioned earlier, material handling providers are seeing a huge boom in demand, largely caused by e-commerce. How do you think Raymond Energy Solutions help providers optimize their operations and keep their bottom line low to meet the surge in this demand?
Well, that's by understanding the customer's true consumption economics. From that, we can right-size the power system to support today's operation while forecasting future growth expected for an organization. It's all about creating a healthy power ecosystem driven by data to enable continuous improvement efforts and create the truest form of low total cost of ownership. Technology plus economics equals a justification needed to help empower operations to make well-informed decisions. Another aspect more operations are focusing on is how data fits into the decision-making processes. How leveraging data can improve efficiency. How do you think data fits into Raymond Energy Solutions offering?
Blake, I think there's really two levels of data that we focus on. First being the product data. We talked a little bit about, the independent test laboratory that we utilize to look at performance and life cycle of all of our products and ensuring that they meet industry offerings and needs in the marketplace. From the cell testing to the full safety systems integration testing, we're really looking to better understand the performance of each of these products today and how we best challenge our suppliers future forward to keep up with that industry demand. I think that the second component outside of the product data is really the utilization, right? That consumption economics that we keep talking about. Are we running effectively? Are there different ways that we potentially could look at and optimize power system assets to better accommodate changes being made on a daily basis? Because I think we all, know that the only constant today in business is really that change. So, encouraging the behavior that we're looking for, accountability for operators, fleet improvements, and then like you talked about earlier, the mission critical autonomous applications, right? Those are all key areas that utilization data help us provide a unique solution specific to that application. The last one that I'll mention, again, I go back to the end of life and power system management decisions, right? Looking at that asset from the commissioning date to the end of the life. If it's a lithium product, looking at secondary uses based upon existing capacity after that term has been set, and ultimately creating different hybrid scenarios for our customers to really kind of make unique decisions when looking at reallocation of equipment. End of life doesn't always mean going to recycling, especially with the lithium product. So I think that's a misconception people have as it stands. Sorry to interrupt, Blake. It looks like we got another audience question here. Just want to make sure we get this addressed. This one's a little bit easier for us today. Where can we learn a little bit more about Raymond's Energy Solutions offering? So thank you for asking that. You can learn more at Raymond Energy Solutions on our website at www.raymondcorp.com. Or you can also reach out to any of your local Raymond Solutions and Support Centers to learn more about the different energy solutions available within the regional perspective. They've got a ton of great information, and they'd be happy to come out and help provide consultative approaches to make sure that they provide what's right for your operation.
Great answer. Also, I just wanted to let the audience know that if anyone is interested in a comprehensive power study of their operations, please contact your local Solutions and Support Center or go to the Raymond Energy Solutions website to request one at no cost. So to close things out, what can we expect from Raymond Energy Solutions in the future?
Man, we've got a lot of really neat stuff going on, Blake, and we're in the process of creating our Gen 2 lithium products, looking at alternative chemistries to take advantage of some of the technology advancements as it stands today. We're really focusing on the vehicle integration from both a mechanical and a data perspective. How can we better integrate data into the operation, create live time performance optimization and parameter controls for that Raymond specific control architecture, and really take that mechanical footprint and look at consolidating without compromising that capacity at height for our customers. Again, I go back to that valuable real estate piece, right? That's more and more becoming prevalent in the conversation. So as we continue to look at the different technologies, our ability to consolidate and shrink that overall head length is going to be key for us. The other thing is from an automation process perspective, right? We've got a lot of really neat automated products that are being commercialized and looking at in-process charging for our AGVs, some of the semi-autonomous platforms and some of the new demand management tools that we talked about earlier. There's a number of different things, performance requirements, not only from an equipment perspective, but from a facility perspective that our customers are looking and challenging us with. So investigation into all those areas is key for the success long-term.
Great. Those are both very interesting developments, and I can't wait to see how they progress. Thanks so much for inviting me to chat with you today, Damon. We covered a lot of great topics.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for taking the time to chat today, Blake. And before we end today's session, I just want to take a few moments to recap how Raymond's energy suite of solutions can really identify inefficiencies and help achieve that increased productivity across operations. So, the first step to greater energy efficiency is understanding current power usage. Understanding current and future consumption economics will help us determine the best solutions to fit any operations needs while ensuring productivity and efficiency needs are met. Secondarily, while alternate energy solutions like electric lift trucks may have a higher upfront cost, than traditional solutions, they generally offer a lower total cost of ownership by saving you money on fuel, maintenance, and repairs over the product's lifespan. So really dig into the different technology productivity offerings, look at the economics, look at the justifications that can be put in place, because there's a lot of alternative models that can help satisfy some of the new requirements with our customers. Third is data, right? Data is king. Data is another important aspect when looking to achieve that greater energy efficiency. So leveraging our data today can help our customers identify those efficiencies and achieve that increased productivity, but it also can help from that accountability and that behavior that we're looking to help create for the continuous improvement piece. And then finally, going back, as a total entry to logistics solutions provider, Raymond and our network of solution and support centers really have some unique capabilities that can help serve as a single solution partner, in scenarios where people wouldn't all necessarily look to a forklift OEM. The sophistication and the levels of the way that our organization is growing and expanding capabilities, services, and support is unmatched in the industry. And we're really excited to continue to be able to offer world-class support as we continue forward with our foundational principles. So before we close out, we have a few extra minutes, it looks like, to address any further questions if needed.
Yeah, I'm looking, and it doesn't look like we have any more questions coming up. So I think we can wrap it up.
Okay, perfect. Well, we want to thank everybody today for tuning in and asking such great questions. A special thank you to you, Blake, for joining us today on this live session. Just as a reminder, a recorded version of the episode will be available on Raymond's YouTube channel. You can also view old episodes online at raymondcorp.com as well. So be sure to be on the lookout for Raymond's next live broadcast in the upcoming months. And we really appreciate everyone's time today. Thank you all and have a great day.
Awesome. Thanks so much.